if this option, one of the options is for you to be a running mate, you will still keep it?
There's no option here, Cyril. We're not talking about options.
Obi has to be on the ballot.
Well, the rest is for Nigerians to decide.
Well, already Aminu Tambuwal, whether he was making a joke or he was just trying to, pull out his tongues in the direction of Wike. Because after the coalition the other day, he was asked and he said, yes, that they are still very much in the PDP, but they will adopt the Wike style of being in the PDP and working for another party. To that extent, they were going to work for the ADC. So you now ask me, of course, there's a precedent in what Wike did in River State, and I want to believe also that in the Southwest, the likes of the governor of Oyo State and many others, they worked for Tinubu, but are in other parties. Well, if nothing else, we can point to the governor of Oyo State. So, if P2B2 is correct, the coalition is a party, but who says they cannot work, for the coalition? And they are bold enough to say it even before 2027. In the case of Wike, fine and good, he was against a northern presidential candidate, which he said clearly. But apart from declaring 2 days of public holidays for an opposition presidential candidate in the person of Tinubu at the time, when he visited River State, he did not outrightly say he was going to work for, Tinubu. Because Tinubu was not the only southern presidential candidate. Even if it was Showore, he was a southern presidential candidate. And he could just as well have worked for him. Except, of course, that the APC was the mega at the time. But it was all clear for those who could, do the arithmetic of politics, that he was going to work for Tinubu. Today he's reaping the benefit. How long that will last, only God knows. All right? But that is where we are. If P2B says he's not going to deputize for anyone, and power should not be taken courtesy of any coalition for the sake of taking power, but for the sake of taking care of Nigerians.
Well, for me, the ADC and those who populate it, talking about the David Marks of this world, the Atiku Abubakars of this world, the Rauf Aregbesolas, Tambuwals of this world, amongst others, if they are serious about wresting power from Bola Tinubu, they should put their best foot forward. There are so many things to consider. Top on the list is if they should zone their ticket to the north, will the south be happy that it's about Bishop changed? Definitely that will come into play. It's a very sensitive topic that they cannot afford to sweep under the carpet. So for me, if you take a look at the odds, I think the odds favor people like P2B and maybe Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of River State. Basically, people from the southern parts of the country. If the ADC is serious, that is exactly what they should do. The most they can do is we are throwing this open to southern candidates and let candidates from the south slug it out. If amongst themselves they say, okay, to avoid wahala and unnecessary wasting of time and resources, let's settle for a consensus candidate, better. But if the calculation is for the likes of a P2B to deputize anybody, the man has made it clear. The reason why he still has one leg in the Labour Party, if the coalition doesn't work, he would simply fall back to the Labour Party. Iron out whatever differences they have and contest on that platform. His deputy in the 2023 election, Datil Ahmed, said that much. If you ask him, he believes the Labour Party should, or P2B, should find another platform and go all out. He's not comfortable with the coalition, though he says he's not against it. But he believes if P2B and himself could do what they did in 2023, that they can actually do more in 2027.
Well, the major force behind the coalition basically is the North. And I mean the Northeast, Northwest,
that's right,
and the Middle Belt.
That's right.
And I think their calculation is pretty good. When you take a David Mark, forget the fact that those of us from that part of the country would always point to his flaws. Politically, he's his own Jagaban in
That's
his own
right.
right.
It's not a pushover.
It's not a pushover. And so when you have a David Mark, who is the interim chairman, coming from the Middle Belt, and then you talk about the big guns from the Northeast and Northwest coming together, and then if they back Epitobi and the Southeast, and I want to believe in this case a good deal of the South-South,
That's right.
they go for him. And then whatever they can gather from the Southwest, obviously it will be working. I'm trying to do the arithmetic myself. Sometimes I'm not too good at that, but I try to. You know what I'm trying to say? Nonetheless, tomorrow is pregnant. Is Atiku still interested? Big question. Because that's the reason Peter Obi vehemently, using your word, said that he was not going to deputize. If that be the case, he will be where he is, and indeed he's going for the presidential election or the ticket in 2027. Let's wait and see. Will the snake give birth to cobra, to green snake, to anaconda? Let's see how many of the species of snakes will come out of the womb of the mother snake.